SUPERFANATICS, Hollywood friends, fun discussion video show. SUPERFANATICS, 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 Hollywood friends, fun discussion video show.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to this episode of SUPERFANATICS.
Episode 2.
2.
Yeah.
Episode 2 sweet.
Yeah, that's right. Episode 2 Sweet Me.
And I'm Nicholas Villars, if you don't know that.
I'm Bender.
And on this show we talk about comic books.
Yes.
So we aren't going to waste much time. There's no point in doing that. What do you want to talk about?
Let's see. Today I was going to talk about my number one favorite comic that we mentioned when we were listing off our current reading books last episode, but I wanted to talk about Saga. It's so fantastic. Saga is an Image comic on the Image publication. It's written by Brian K. Vaughan, and the art is all done by Fiona Staples. It's just the two of them. It's a two-person creative team, which I think is pretty cool. But man, is it a good book. It's basically... the most basic description is Romeo and Juliet in space, I guess. But there's a million other elements to it. And this is something that we both read, too. So what do you think about it? What's your take on the book?
I enjoy it. I'm honestly pretty far behind.
Yeah.
Because I had so many things I was trying to get caught up on, and I've added new things in, and because I was behind on Saga, I kind of dropped the ball on it. So it's been a while since I've read it. What I did read, I really enjoyed it. It's I would call it an I don't know, not artsy, but it's a very mature comic.
It is.
You know,
Yeah.
It's got a great story. It's got, top-notch artwork. I feel like it's right in line with a lot of other things that Image is putting out these days.
Yeah.
Not necessarily your classic good and evil hero books,
Right.
but a little more nuanced and more shades of gray. Lots of very interesting characters.
I love the diversity of characters in it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got like magic users, and then there's warriors, and then there's assassins, and then there's robots, and then there's animals that can talk and make decisions, and there's like telepaths, and there's like
And a lot of different
people.
personalities.
Yeah.
A lot of very, very different personalities in that comic. Like I said, it's not just good guy and bad guy. It's a lot of kind of who do you side with, based
definitely.
on your own interpretation of the story.
One of my favorite characters, or my absolute favorite character, is one of the assassins that goes after the main characters. I mean, unfortunately, she doesn't make it too far into the books, but I think her character design and the way she's portrayed and all that stuff is just like so excellent. Don't want to spoil too much, but her name's The Stalk, and she's fantastic.
And you have to tip your cap to Image, coming from everyone just kind of knowing them for Spawn and like Savage Dragon back in the day, and
right.
Now you've got like I feel like when you talk about Image, people kind of forget that Spawn's like a part of that these days.
Yeah,
just
still going too.
Yeah, still going, but seemingly forgotten about in the wake of all these new books that they're putting out. A lot of really great stuff.
Well, it's a really great company because everything is creator owned.
Mm-hmm.
So they really highlight creativity and originality in their comics. So it's a little some of the stuff you get is a lot more hardcore than what you'll find on Marvel or DC. I mean, to be honest with you, Saga is just filled with dicks.
Yeah.
There's just dicks all over the place.
Lots of dicks. There's some vaginas too.
There's a couple, yeah, some boobs. There's some full-on sex, but it's not portrayed in a hugely overly graphic way necessarily.
It's not necessarily like the focus of the book.
No, it just
It's
happens.
just like it
it's
happens.
natural. It's like watching an HBO show. So, and also, but speaking of television, you wanted to talk about a certain book today.
Yes. I wanted to talk about Outcast.
Yeah.
You should be able to see this.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully
It's
you
big
can see
enough.
this. Yeah. Every issue is not this big. This
No.
is a special, it's the artist proof edition that I picked up of the very first issue. Pretty cool. They did this for The Walking Dead. I don't know if they've done it for any other books.
Witches.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Outcast, it is a book written by Robert Kirkman of Walking Dead fame, and I love it. The show is amazing too. It just started earlier this year, and they wrapped up season 1 just about a month ago. So I know they've got there's a new Exorcist show on TV.
Yeah.
And I hear a lot of people talking about that, and unfortunately, I didn't hear much buzz about Outcast. And it's just an amazing show.
Yeah.
I mean, Walking Dead gets all this publicity and people buzzing about it, but I feel like maybe it's the fact that it's on Cinemax. You know, that kind of, I don't know, it makes it a little more, a little harder to access to the normal person.
Right.
But maybe once it starts coming out on Blu-ray and if it gets picked up by a more accessible streaming service, then you'll see a little more fanfare for it. But I totally expect it to blow up at some point.
Yeah, but Outcast is a comic that I read as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'm quite as far as you or how far you've really read.
I'm caught up right now, so I think they're on issue 20 is the latest one that came out.
Yeah, and I think I saw that 21 actually comes out this Wednesday.
Yeah.
So actually, by the time this episode is airing, so to speak, 21 will have come out.
Yeah, and it's a kind of possession story.
Yeah.
But it's much more mysterious than your average demonic type of writing. You know, it keeps you guessing. You know, in the letter section in the back of the books, people are always throwing out their theories, and it's like, oh, I think the demons are actually this. You know, because it's not so straightforward as like demons are possessing people and the priest comes and saves the day.
Right.
The priest actually at times is doubting himself when dealing with the demons, and the main character, Kyle Barnes, he's actually an atheist, but he's dealing with demons all the time.
He's somehow it's interesting because unlike, you know, it's not your typical Exorcist story with priests and things. It's like Kyle is an atheist and he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he is even singled out, and sort of like he's known by name by all of these possessed people that he comes up against. So there's kind of this mystery underneath that's like, okay, do all these demons know Kyle? They call him the Outcast. Why is he the Outcast?
What is an outcast?
What is an Outcast? And it's great because as far as I know, I mean, you're obviously caught up, but as far as I've read, which is into the teens in the issues, they still haven't really answered anything.
No, there have been a few hints thrown out, but you don't have anything definitive yet. And something that's really cool about the series is Kirkman actually said he knows how the whole thing ends. He's already got the idea in mind.
Brian K. Vaughan knows exactly how Saga is going to end as well, which is it's fun to like know that about the person writing it, that they've got this plan for the whole book and you just get to see it unfold.
Yeah, and also another cool thing is he wants to keep this book going as long as he's kept The Walking Dead going.
Wow.
So he sees it going hundreds of issues, but he still has in mind exactly how the whole thing just is going to play out. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And you know, when I first started reading it, I was a little skeptical about its longevity.
Mm-hmm.
I wondered how you can continue this story of a guy just like encountering different possessed people
Right.
For that many issues, but it totally grabs you and it's got me hooked.
Yeah, there's a great atmosphere in the comic.
Mm-hmm.
It stays very dark and dreary and really keeps you guessing and keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole time you're reading it.
Yeah.
So definitely make sure you check out both Saga and Outcast. Saga, as of this Wednesday again, will be on issue 38. But what you can do, at least for the first half of it, is pick up this nice hardcover. This is the first 18 issues all in one. You can also get what are called trade paperbacks, which are collected 6 issues. And Outcast has a couple of those volumes as well.
I think they've got 3 out now.
So far. I
Mm-hmm.
think Saga is up to 6.
Yeah. So it's a very cool and easy way to jump right in. And
the
you
great
know,
thing about Image is they keep their prices low. The volume 1 of all their series is always $10, at least the vast majority, and then they only go up to 15 after that. So it's a nice cheap way to jump in and get acclimated with the stories.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching this week. Tune in next week to hear us talk about more comic books and things that we like.
Which ones? I don't know.
Who knows?
We'll see.
Keep you guessing.
Super Fanatics. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.